Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be doing another Patreon picks or special selection, as it's tentatively being titled now that it has been divorced from Patreon. If you have any interest in that, I do have information about the new special selection method in the update video from last week. Today's request comes in from Jonathan, who says I need to check out Sleep Token, and I've seen he's been repping Sleep Token for a while now, and yeah, we're gonna finally get to this. This one is called Thread the Needle, and yeah, I'm fairly excited about this. Patreon picks special selection is typically some really good stuff. So let's see what we got here.
Bury me inside this labyrinth bed. We can feel that time is dilated. We can spend the night in fascination. You can thread the needle time and time again. You turn the lights down. Come on, and find out. You turn the lights down. Come on, and find out. Something to confide in. Something to erase.
I will say, just to start, there's some fantastic chord picking going on here. Really complements the mood and elevates the singer's emotion that he's injecting in there.
You can thread the needle time and time again.
What time is this? Oh, that stop.
You turn the lights down.
Very interesting choice to kind of swap between those two feels.
And find out. You turn the lights down. Come on, and find out.
All right. This is interesting. I don't know that I have a lot to say about this, but I enjoyed it. And I don't really know where that puts me. It's okay, let me start from the top. This band, well, at least this song, has two modes: subtle pop, in your face gent. And I really love how they contrast each other. For the first like 3 minutes, I was fairly certain this was going to be, a pop song. It sounds, I mean, they really have that pop sound down. All right, if that first 3 minutes were played on the radio, and before it went into the heavy gent, it just faded out. This would be a top 40 hit, I think. Uh, it's just the production qualities there. The singer has a ton of emotion. I really enjoy the chords that they chose to play under him, and the way that they kind of they support, but occasional they'll have a chord that kind of pushes against what he's singing, creating a bit of tension there. Um, and it's a really solid, like a sad pop song. I don't know what the lyrics were about, but if you put heartbreaks lyrics in there, this would be a top 40 hit easy. It just it to me it fits all the parts of a popular song. But then the gent comes in, and I don't know if this is just me. I don't know which came first, but I know I heard Periphery first. So to me, that those genty sections sound like Periphery. Like 100%. Not only just the sounds of the guitars, the tones themselves, but the way that the parts are written and that overarching uh, synth sound. Um, like to me, this is very much. It reminds me so much of Juggernaut era Periphery. There's just every bit of it, the tone, the writing style, the timbres they use. It's really interesting how it just transport me directly to that album. um so I've expressed I like Periphery. This reminds me of Periphery. I really dig these gent sections. um and then it goes back to the pop section. I'm like, okay, we're gonna bounce back and forth. We got like a Genghis Tron thing going on, where we have these two separate ideas. Please smash them together for me. I don't mind the back and forth. I don't mind the dichotomy, but I really want to hear them together. Can we do that? Can we make Genty pop? Genty pop. That sounds like a soda. Okay, so then the pop part comes back in, and then we go back into another genty section. I'm like, okay, that's kind of the end of where we're going with this song. And then the ending kind of smashed them together. It wasn't entirely perfect. I'm not gonna say it was all my hopes and dreams when they came together. I was satisfied, but I do like how it incorporated some of the quiet ambiance and the compositional ideas of the pop section with the heavy rhythmically oriented sections of or ideas in the gent. So I mean it's a song. It's a solid song that I enjoy, but I don't know why I enjoy it. Other than the surface reasons. I like that they put two very different genres together, and I like both of the genres on their own, so I like them when they're kind of pushed up against each other. Um, I guess what this song really does for me though is intrigues me because Jonathan specifically said I didn't post his whole comment. I just posted his specific request, but he actually had another paragraph. So says that there's other songs that would be more requestable, more reactionable, but that I tend to always get the songs that are very popular, and he wanted to give me something that was a little more off the beaten path. So I'm intrigued. I don't know if this would ever be my favorite Sleep Token song, but I also think that this is more of a last track on the album kind of thing, where it's not necessarily indicative of their style. It's more of a one off kind of song. Uh, and I'm really interested in who they are as a band when they write something more true to themselves, I guess, more normal for themselves. What's that word I'm looking for? I don't know. But I hope you guys understand. Like, there's those songs where, like, yeah, that was really good. That band, killed it with that song. But that's also not what they typically sound like. They have a different sound that they typically go for. I feel like that's what we're getting here. Like, Sleep Token killed it with the song. I really like a lot of the things that they did, but I also don't think this is their normal sound, what they normally play. And yeah, that has me intrigued. Plus, I mean, that pop section was so good. I don't know how many times I can say this. Pop is actually really difficult to write. I've gone on this tangent before. It's really difficult to write an effective pop song that hits, mainstream status, which is what pop aims for. If it's not mainstream, it's really not pop. In insofar that there's two kinds of pops. There's like the pop genre, and then there's popular music. Uh, but honestly, most of the pop genre is also popular music, so there's a lot of overlap on that Venn diagram there. But anyways, though, pop music is not easy to write, and it uses a very different. As far as me, when I'm writing music, it's a completely different tool set because you're not actually trying to write good music. I'm not trying to put pop down at all with that. But pop music is not about writing good music, it's about writing good songs. Sometimes you get good music out of that, but that's not the intention. The intention is to write a good song. Um, so I think that, at least in my experience, writing pop music is very different from writing genres that are more focused on music. Stuff like your metals and your some of your rock and your jazz and your classical, where the music is very important, and understanding the music helps you understand the song. To me, in that perspective, metal and pop are two different types of writing. And I don't think a lot of pop people can write metal songs, and I don't think a lot of metal people can write pop songs. Obviously there's going to be an overlap. Obviously there's going to be people who can do both, and there's going to be people who can do neither. But I think it's to me it's impressive that these guys can write some really good gent, and that rhythmically heavy, just obtuse time signature stuff with long breaks and have it come out still being groovy. Like gent, I think it's really easy to make something that you can't jam to. And then you just have uh, you know, off the wall progressive avant-garde stuff. Gent is actually a very fine line between groove and ungroove, not groove. Gent sits there in the middle. But to be able to do that, understand how that works and how to create something that feels disjointed, but you can bang your head to, and also in that same song, have these beautiful, emotive vocals over a sparse sound set or soundscape with just good a good song. Like if I went and broke down that intro, you have a very sparse melodic line and a very sparse harmony line playing some chords underneath, and that's pretty much it. There's really not a lot to dissect, but the song is effective. That beginning 3 minutes is emotive, it is powerful, there's a lot of artistry going on in it, even though the theory behind the music is simple. There's depth in the simplicity. Um, so they can just achieve both sides, and I find that impressive. And that's another thing that intrigues me about Sleep Token and really makes me want to find out what else they can do. This is where you guys come in, though. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about Sleep Token's Thread the Needle. Thread the Needle? It would not be easy to make this song. It would be like, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's really cool how the title is kind of tying into what they accomplished and the goal of this song, at least on a compositional level. Anyways, uh, you guys can tell me what you thought about this. If there's any other Sleep Token songs I should be checking out. Jonathan, thank you for this request. It's a great song. And like I said, I'm not entirely sold on it, but it has me intrigued on the band. And I think that was your intention, but I'm not sure. Um, while you guys down there in the comments, so you can like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You can also check out the description for a bunch of links to some stuff like my Patreon and my Twitter and the link to some blocked videos if you're interested in any of that. And I will be back with another episode right now, just coming out right after this one, like immediately, like it's already available, and you could have been watching it instead of this one. That was your choice. You picked this one instead. Yeah, another one though for a special selection. All right. So you can stick around for that. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday at 5 p.m. UTC, 9 p.m. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, and 9 p.m. UTC. Until then, you guys have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, and stay safe out there.